Hey guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Thursday, November 5th, 2020. Notice my camera was really high up there. So we're pulling from the Game of Thrones Daily Tarot cards, Throne Thursdays. We have a very positive turn and things to come. I feel like this is when they were talking about that new beginning. You know, again, highlighting the time period of November last year to November this year. We have the Ace of Spears. So fire signs, I feel, are highlighted here. We have Mars still in retrograde under the influence of Aries. Aces are always about new beginnings. That was highlighted in yesterday's cards. And aces are always yeses. Beginnings, drive, desire, ideas, fertility. Fiery energy, inspiration, and communication are the gifts of this ace. It is a great omen of success for new work, business, creative ventures, and travel. Clear purpose and achieve your desires. As a wand is a symbol of male fertility, the card can also show starting a family. An additional meaning is commitment of a male partner. So this could actually be an engagement here, this new beginning. I feel like, they were highlighting this yesterday, that he maybe of the Catholic, or maybe he was brought up Catholic, or he is Catholic. Sometimes, you're brought up Catholic, but you're not practicing. Dark hair, dark eyes. They were highlighting the intuitive signs of Pisces with the water. I feel like with the fire, I feel like maybe his son may be a fire sign. My allergies have been nuts today. So they're showing me the card in my head. I believe it was a darker card, and I mean in the sense it was nighttime. I do believe a moon was in one of those cards. I'm not sure if it was in that card that I'm thinking of. I think it was the Two of Cups. And was that from the Gilded Tarot? I'm trying to think. Sorry, guys. But I feel like they're saying that their moon sign may be Pisces and their sun sign may be a fire sign. So we're going to the Eight of Cups. I feel like, especially going to the unicorn cards, passion is our first card, fire. Then we start getting into growth, I feel like, is the Eight of Coins, adventure, going with the Four of Cups, and prosperity and possibilities, going with the Eight of Coins. Highlighting again, November last year to this year, putting that work forward. The universe always says you got to do, 50%. And a lot of us put in more than that. I feel like when you're passionate about what you do, you give it 110%. You're sick, you're tired, whatever it is, you always put your 110% in. So highlighting the Eight of Coins, apprenticeship, perfection, reward. The Eight is often called the apprentice card because it's about education and skills. So with myself, other readers have always said, you're going back to school, you're going back to school. I'm like, I hate school. But I was going back to school in the sense of what I love most, which is astrology. I always had a passion for the planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus. I've always had a passion for them. I've always been drawn to them. Thinking of Neptune, it's like I dream. So it's like I had that dream for a very long time. Something to deal with that. I've always loved the sciences, but I didn't know if I could ever make it because I sucked at math. But, in the sense that I went back to school was going to Deborah Silverman's classes. It shows you are successfully finishing a task, a course of learning, and completing work to a higher standard. So I feel like maybe some of you are elevating. They highlighted that for 3 weeks now. The card often comes up in a reading to mark the end of a degree or diploma course. Probation period at work. So probation period, a lot of people start, healing, and they think it's, everybody can do that. But it's dedication. Like I just said, when you're sick, you do it. When you're tired, you do it. Like, your audience expects so much. And your audience can be harsh critics. Like, I know that firsthand that they could be very harsh critics here. And it's just like when we put ourselves out there, that's what happens. So that probational period, people are probably taking you more seriously now. Or a phase of creative and craftsmanship. Your work brings you financial reward. So your work is more on display. It's more on the forefront. So you've grown more. More people are like, oh, I remember when she started out or when he started out. Yeah, I remember. And you could see it in their work how much they've grown. So we're going to the Four of Cups. This is basically building your self-imposed prison emotionally. You're living in a lot of negative thought. And trust me, I was there on the weekend. Every single thing that I thought I've dealt with, the insecurities, everything. Dealing with grief, it is a long, lonely journey. And it's an earthquake. You have tons of aftershocks and you never know when it's going to hit you. So the Four of Cups, hesitation, diplomacy, dissatisfaction, restlessness. In the reverse position, dissatisfaction becomes acute. You may feel drained and want change. So we want change, but because, when I was reading this for IG, we have the wintry months here. We have snow on the ground, with thicker clothes on. So they're highlighting November 21st. They're showing the number 28th. So I'm not sure if that's November 28th or December 28th. They didn't show anything with the 28th, but they are highlighting the 28th. But you do not know how to find it. An additional meaning is being blind to your negative thinking. So when I was reading for the for IG, they're like showing me the Hangman. So they're like, if you don't like what's going on, they don't tell you to take any action, but if you're so impatient, uncross your legs, fall on your head, and see where that takes you. Changing your perspective of things. This is highlighted with the Four of Cups, where you're sitting there fixated on these three choices. I feel like this is a home. They highlight that in with the unicorns cards, and they're just like, this other option will come forward, and this will be your dream home. Everything you've always wanted. You are moving in the winter. The highlighting January 1st. So I feel like things may be pushed back for some reason. I feel like it's with the crisis. Could be a lot of things. But I feel like the crisis is a big one. So this fourth option is there. Highlighting with the Hangman, his head. Changing your perspective. Deborah Silverman talks about this in The Missing Element, her book, where it's like, take the emotions out of the situation. So our emotions here is negative thinking. Feeling bad for ourselves. And it's like, dummy, wake up. Look how much you are blessed in the situation you are now. You are not lacking anything. Be grateful for what you have. And when you are grateful, you are welcoming even more blessings into your life. So it's changing your perspective. Maybe sitting there, instead of uncrossing your legs, pull yourself up, put the work in, pull yourself up onto that branch that you're tied to, and look at the world around you. Open your eyes, and you will see things from a different point of view. So you're going to be sitting there looking down on your world and be like, wow, I really am truly blessed. And then that's when the fourth cup will come in. So passion, going along with the Ace of Spears. Do what excites you. Get fired up about life. Increase your energy levels. So get out of this sad, sorry state and, get into the Ace of Spears. So I'm going to read this as I pulled it. So I'm going to just move these cards aside for now. So we have growth. I feel like this is with the Eight of Coins. Your work being out on display. They're saying the end of a probation period. Maybe people are trying to be like, let's see if you actually succeed. Let's see where this takes you. Maybe that'll take you more seriously now. Seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. So again, talking about, taking on a course, learning. You're never too old or too young to learn something new. We're always learning. So adventure. I feel like with the Four of Cups. Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. So highlighting the move. Okay, I want to put the cards back. So possibilities. So I feel like, possibilities, even with the Four of Cups. Just because you're fixated on three things or three decisions, they're saying there's more possibilities with the fourth cup. Raise your standards. Elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. Showing off your Eight of Cups. Maybe others may be oblivious to what you've done, how much work you put in, how hard this truly is. What you do every single day because you're passionate about what you do. You love what you do. You're driven by what you do. And that's fine. By putting ourselves out there, it's like we're kind of opening that door to get, criticism. But it's up to you to what you do with it. So don't go into the Four of Cups and making yourself into the, depression and sadness and despair. Be like, you know what? I've come a long way from where I started to where I am now. They're highlighting November to November. Let's see what, this next time period brings. So prosperity. I feel like with the Ace of Spears and the Eight of Coins. A gift of money, it's on its way. The Fourth Cup. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. So I tell this to a couple of readers that I have, or a couple of readers. And, they talk about, when money is low and, they feel insecure. And I'm like, well, if you save and don't spend it so frivolously, you save that money. And when money is low, you won't feel so insecure. You're answering your own problem. So, if you build that nest egg, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But, sometimes it's just like when you come from a life where things are always lacking as a child and you grow older, it's like you always feel, even though you see all this coming into your life, all this prosperity, it's just like you always feel that lack and feel insecure. Especially with Mercury energy, thank God it's coming to an end. And then the last of this will be, I think it's the 18th, or the 23rd. And then it's like the rest of the year, by the grace of God, will be easy for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, November 5th, 2020, Throwing Thursdays. We'll see you guys for the next daily tarot card. Have a good one.